big one for Super Falcons tonight as they file out against Botswana, trying to redeem their image and also prove to Africans that they are still the best when it comes to football in this continent. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We have to look at the fact that our ladies, well, the first game they play, they lost against Bayana, but this time around, they are proving that they want to actually fly higher as Super Falcons of Africa after winning it 9 times, going for the La Decima, the 10th time. They are looking at winning this particular competition. Hopefully, they can still win this game tonight because by 9 p.m., Nigeria will be filing out against Botswana. I have with me in the studio, in the person of Charles Ohaji. Good to have you.
Yes, thank you, Adini.
Okay, now let's look at that particular story we just rolled out. Well, for tonight, Super Falcons are ready. They target 3 points against Botswana, and it's not going to be easy because a lot of issues here and there. Botswana's coach say, okay, they right now, South Africa has opened their eyes to see that they can beat us. I just smiled. The coach of South Africa, she's also saying, well, the game they have against Burundi is far, far bigger than the one they play against Nigeria. What a way to go. What a ridicule. But I just believe our ladies have answers from their boots.
Yes, thank you. Yes, yeah. Sorry for the coach of course of South Africa. Of course, what next? You win the first match, you need to win. By the time you win the second one, I think it's a far bigger game for them because if they don't win that match, the second one, then of course they will be left struggling. So that's a bigger match. If they win it, they know comfortable they are through. But for Falcons, of course, nothing short of victory is going to guarantee them a hope of retaining that title. If they pick a draw or they lose the match, of course, automatically we know our dream for having the 10th title. It's over for this year. So I expect the Falcons to win this match. Not just win, but win it convincingly. Because when they win it, because before now, when you're playing Falcons, it's with Falcons you hear 10-0, 11, 8-1, 7-1. That's how they've been trashing teams, and that has always put fears in every club that is playing with them. But they need to win that match. In fact, for me, I don't see Burundi or Botswana or Botswana, anybody posing any threat to the Super Falcons at this stage. As I said, the first match they played against South Africa was not really fantastic because I think maybe the players were trying to, I don't know, they were being careful. I don't know whether they paid so much respect to South Africa because they lost in Abuja, in Lagos, Aisha Buhari Cup, they lost to the same South African women. So I think they were trying to be more careful. I think they had an approach that they didn't want to concede goal if they can't score. I think that was the style they wanted to approach. So, but again, in football, first half was draw, goalless draw. It came in second half and we considered 2 quick goals. In 3 minutes, we're already 2 goals down. Just 2 errors, 2 defensive errors. I mean, the games were just defensive errors. I mean, the defender, they switched off at that 9 minute because we went for a counter-attack and we couldn't return. We couldn't cover our positions, our spaces behind. And so just 2 quick passes and we're down. So I expect us to have learned from this mistake. The coaches will have learned from our mistakes, our error, and then know that in Africa now, every team have grown. There is no more pushover in female football. Everybody now has grown. Every team has been expected. Everybody have learned and they want to play. And anything that's playing against the Falcons, of course, must be at their best because they know it's always a dream. Some teams beating the Falcons alone is okay for them. If you beat the Falcons and you go,
like you have won the competition.
You have won. If you beat Falcons, I know you have won now. It's okay, and that one gives them more morale. So Falcons knows that. I expect the coaches too to know this, that anything playing against us comes 100% at you. Once they beat you, they are fine. Once you beat them, if Falcons beat Botswana 8-10-0, it's not news.
But if
they beat Falcons 1-0, it's news.
I remember how many times Passport kept showing the Nigeria match versus South Africa because we know as well about this one, South Africa.
Of course, they were showing that.
They kept showing it.
They kept showing it. The whole analysts in the studio were from South Africa and Zambia. They were so excited to as if they won that. But I look forward to a Nigerian South African rematch going to this competition.
Just like as if you actually know, the guest yesterday, Joseph Peter, was saying, well, he believes that if we are able to meet again, that's when Nigeria will show that really.
Yes, I expect to meet again. Yes, so I expect the Falcons, of course, with their experience, to be able to calm down, take it easy, don't underrate this team. They should not be too in a hurry because right now we are under pressure. The Falcons are the ones that are under pressure. Of course, the Botswana are not under that kind of pressure we are. So I expect us to be able to manage the pressure, soak in the pressure, and then relax our game and win. If you remember, if you look at our team, it's because that there are a few players that are playing in Africa for the first time. Yeah, the central defender, the white one, and the few of them, they were playing in Africa for the first time. And of course, African football is different from where they are coming from, European football. The whole player of football is quite different. So those people, I expect after that experience with South Africa, they will have learned and seen that no, this African football is a football that you have to have pace. You have to have pace, you have to retract back, you have to cover your space at every time, you have to be attentive, you don't lose concentration, your eyes on the ball at every time, one eye on the ball, one eye on your opponent. You don't switch up at any minute. You keep on going. So I expect to see a very good match today. I expect us to be able to bounce back and make statements for ourselves.
Now, if you look at our squad now, Asisadi is out, and we are looking at who can do it. Although we see have people on no menu, and a lot of people will say, okay, they should even allow Gifts Monday to be there. Let's see what Gifts can offer in that striking position. And also, don't forget any further in our tempo. That's the midfield now. Rita Chikwilu seems not to be getting that, be able to mature that place very well. We need to do something concerning our midfield, because if we don't get it right, the midfield controls everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
So we need to work, because the last game we played, we could not marshal the midfield.
Yes, of course. The midfield is the injury room of every team. The midfield is the link between the defense and the attack. The midfield is that link between the both sides. The midfield does not do well, the defense are under, but they suffer, and the attackers are starved of ball, they also suffer. So the midfield is a quite important place. But again, as I said, as a South African match came with its own. Every game is different. Every game comes with its own different pattern and philosophy. So every game is not the same. South African game was quite different. Because it was a game, these players, they went, we know that, we've lost to these people in Nigeria. And this South African team is becoming a powerhouse. So they went to that game with so much desperation, with so much, they wanted to just win. I mean, so they went to that game with so much thinking that, no, we need to come to this game and trash the South African team. So for that reason, they lost a little bit of their footing. They were eager, they were in a hurry, they were fast to make statements. But I expect at this point right now, they will have understood their problem. The players themselves have said, no, we need to calm down, take this game as it comes, keep playing our game. At a point, they were forced to play South African game. After
even their coach said it, that they forced us to play long balls.
Long balls. Now we were forced to play that game, and that was where we lost it. So if, as you said, if the midfield, if we can keep it to ourselves, and Gift Monday, as I said, everything that happens are blessing in disguise. This could be the opportunity for Gift Monday to announce herself to the world. And of course, I see that happening. So I know Nigerian, that Nigerian spirit of never giving up.
But my prayer is that Coach around the world run will feature her, because at times, we wish that she can be given the chance to prove herself. But that's actually determined, is coming from what the coach, whoever he will be featuring as one of the strikers that will be striking for. But Gift Monday right now, we need her. Why? That energy of playing in the local league, that energy of, no, I still want to, I'm new here, I want to do this. If you look at South African's team, Give Monday now, if you have the likes of Give Monday, like 5 in our team, they have been able to rival South African team. They are very youthful, they can run and all that. Our teams, some of them are very old. Yeah. Old legs, tired legs. I wasn't expecting Onome Ebi to be in that game to start. Onome Ebi should have been on the bench while others start. Maybe after we might have won, might just feature just the way they use Ahmed Musa in Super Eagles. Yes. Let him come in as a fringe player.
Yes, but again, let me tell you, see, in female football, the older you get, the better you are. If you go to Europe, it's women that play football, not girls.
But for this South African team,
if you come,
they actually run more than us.
Yes, that's what I said. I expect the technical coach. If I was in technical crew right now, after analyzing that game, you will have also seen that you will have understood where we had lapses. And lapses is that, as you said, bringing in Gift Monday right now into the team, and a few of these players that are local based, that have played at home, that we have, bringing them into the team, and then you will see how they will be able to marshal that team. If it comes to experience and it comes to exposure, then the Nigerian team, I think if you look at our team on paper, I don't think there's any team in Africa that can
Yeah, but
compete
paper couldn't do it.
Paper couldn't do it. On paper, if you look at all the teams, if you look at on paper, even in Europe, even at the World Cup stage, you look at our team on paper and compare to other countries, you expect us to be able to hold our own against any team in the world. So again, that's football. Once you lose, you don't have you become an ugly bride. If you win, of course, you have
Beautiful
winning.
bride.
Winning comes with so many. Everybody is your friend. So I expect this match that we're going. I expect us to make a statement, and I believe the Falcons will make a statement not just by winning one goal. I'm sure they're going to win convincingly. If you look at our table, we are not topping. South Africa are not topping on that table. We are not topping on that table because South Africa beat us 2-1 and
Botswana is topping the table.
Botswana is topping the table because they won 4-2. Because at the end of the goals might determine who crosses over from our group. So I expect the Falcons to be looking at 5-6 goals in this match against Botswana to beat them convincingly well and don't concede goals at this point again. So I expect to see a very good game.
South Africa, Burundi will also be happening. But I'm looking at because from the beginning of this tournament, it's high time we begin to look. Really, this is an eye-opener for the coaches to see that they really need to look inward to get most of these players. Let me tell you, most of our league, that is Nigerian Women Football League players, if they pick like 6 or 7 to make that team, they should have been the one running like the way South Africa are running because of what? They are still very, very crude. They are still very, very raw. They can do anything just to achieve it. And you compare to South Africa team, they actually came with 17 home base players who play in South African league. And then we pick only 2 from Nigeria, 2, and the remaining 23 from Europe. And you watch that particular game, you saw how those ladies were running, and our ladies couldn't run much because we know what's at stake here. So it's high time Coach Randy Wardrum or whoever will take over, or is it the one that will still continue? Let him begin to look inward and pick the best home-based players to at least be featuring them.
Adeni, before now, this night's title we won, if you check, the highest number were won by purely home-based players. The Ashola and Cody were all home-based players. All of them, except now that we are getting players born in Europe, abroad, that are coming back home to play. And that was the same problem the male national team too. We had at the AFCON, and we saw that problem played out a lot. So for me, I don't want to go there into the coaching aspect because the truth is this: no country has ever won any meaningful trophy with a foreign coach. If you look at the World Cup and the World Cup history and go, you discover that every country that has won,
been the indigenous
coaches has been the one that have won all these titles. If you look at the last Nation Cup, Senegal won it, was an indigenous coach. The one with Nigeria won to with Keshi was also an indigenous coach. So when you look at all these statistics, you see that we know all this, Nigeria knows all these things. So as you said, of course, I expect the technical crew right now to look at this and know that, look, this is what happened, make adjustments, see how they can work on these players. Yes, if it comes to ball playing, ball exposure, good football, understanding the philosophy of football, the Super Falcons, with their wealth of experience and wealth of foreign-based players, of course, we have that enough with us. But on African soil, on African ground, and the kind of ball we still play in Africa, of course, they may find it very difficult to compete with this team. But again, I expect the players as professionals, people that have played at home too, they know what to expect. All the players they were all homebrew, apart from they know what to expect in an African football league. So I expect to see a positive result against Burundi. But where we don't get that, we should know that we need to call for the entire sack of this technical crew of this technical entirely should step down and we'll get the home indigenous team to come up and start scouting players from the home league. If you get the home teams together, as you said, local girls playing every day, every week in, week out in Nigeria here, of course it will be difficult for South Africa running squares around our team. We didn't play well, particularly in our first game. So let's see what happens in the second game. For me, I'm positive. I know these girls, whatever happens, they should be able to know that, look, we're not in Europe, this is Africa. You need to up your game, you need to step up your game, you need to go ball to ball, leg to leg, contest every inch of the pitch. You need to cover every blade and cover it, sweep from everywhere and be focused and then hit targets when you need to score goals. So again, with Ashola not being the team, the only player that I know that is a goal scorer, one player that makes a difference, Gift Monday comes with it. I expect Gift Monday should be able to make a difference for us in that team.
Hopefully it will be happening for Super Falcons as a final about 9 p.m. tonight against the Mariners of Botswana. It's a big match, a make or mar, because we just have to win our game. We must not lose this game. We have to win, because if anything happens aside winning, that will be disastrous for the Super Falcons. Even the technical crew knows what's at stake. Losing that game won't be nice, but we believe that our Super Falcons will fly high for this great country as they file out by 9 p.m. Hopefully they win. We want them to win that game now. So talking about football now, CAF released the Super League. Well, the Super League will be coming up in August, and now $100 million. Big, huge amount of money is there. It's at stake. 24 teams has been slated. They've been listed for this competition that will be coming up. And this 24 team have just one Nigerian team, Enyimba International, Al Ahly, Zamalek, Pyramid, Al Masry. 4 of them coming from Egypt. You have Wydad Casablanca, Raja Athletic, RS Berkane from Morocco. That's 3 teams, 4 from Egypt, 3 from Morocco. Experience, Etoile Sportif du Sahel, Orlando from Tunisia, Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundown from South Africa. They have 3. So 3 from South Africa, 2 from Tunisia, 3 from Morocco, and 4 from Egypt. You have JS Kabylie, CL Belouizdad, ES Setif, TP Mazembe. TP Mazembe is from Congo. You have those 3 from Algeria. Horoya AC is from Guinea. SC Enyimba, that is our own team. Enyimba is from Nigeria. Now we have just one team there, where the likes of Tunisia, they're having 2, others having 3, 4. Well, we just have to up our game when it comes to the football. Petro de Luanda, Angola, Simba FC, they actually from Tanzania there. Out of Oak, that's of Ghana. You have Al Hilal, Sudan, Aztec Mimosa, Cote d'Ivoire, Cotton Sport, Benin Republic. Well, something is wrong here. You know why I said that? It's not as if I'm blaming CAF for our own football. 24 teams. We had a lot of Morocco, they're having 3, Tunisia 2, Algeria 3, Egypt 4, South Africa. 3 teams from South Africa could make this mouth-watering deal of $100 million worth. You know how much it would be if we win this, or one of the Nigerian teams should win this, and how much that money will turn things around in Nigeria. That's number 1. Number 2, the fact that we have just one slot shows how dwindling our football has been.
Yes, thank you, Adeni. First of all, when you look at this country you call, how much have we invested in football? How much have they invested in football? When you look at the organization, when you look at the country like Morocco, South Africa, these people are people that are organized.
They know the business.
That's it. Their football league is organized. If you check Morocco, Tunisia, these are teams that knows the business of soccer. They know soccer is purely business, not run by government. When you look at Nigeria, Nigeria's football is purely a government-owned club. All Nigerian clubs are government-owned teams. How many teams you see, apart from even Enyimba? But when you look at all these teams, they know football. They know what football is. You see, this is a reflection of how well our football federation has done. This is where it comes. This is how you see it. You see that out of 24 teams, the giant of Africa, Nigeria, just picking just one team from Nigeria. Tony Adeni is bad.
And I'm very sure they didn't just want to make it look like we didn't pick anything from Nigeria. That's
what they just say, Enyimba, come and go. Maybe based on past record, Enyimba have won. Of course, it's not going to be fair.
They've won the
So when you look at it, before now, for the past 10 years, how many Nigerian teams has gotten to the final of CAF Champions League, or even CAF Confederation League, or whatever? How many Nigerian teams have? You see, the problem is its organization. And you see, these teams are organized, these countries are organized. They know how to run football. I mean, how much have we invested in football?
Simba,
Tanzania,
FC,
Horoya. I mean, when you look at this, it's just a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to Nigerians and Nigerian Sports Federation and Nigerian men. Look, even in Africa that we claim to be giant, look at where we are. We cannot even make 24 teams in Africa. Only one team can make it. I mean, for we and you, we know it's not a true reflection of football. But when it comes to football in Africa, Nigeria, for me, stands out as
one of the best
in football, even around the whole world. So this is just showing us that, look, there are some things we are not doing right. There are so many things that is wrong with our football management and organization. So many things that is just completely not working there. You know, these are countries that when you go, especially in Nigeria, you see, there's some things I don't think if we want to talk now, we think another day to sit down and look at and talk about it, especially the Nigerian football administration. It has shown that we are poor in it, we are not doing well, we have not done well, we have failed, we've not developed, our development has been backwards, we've not been developing football for the past 10, 15 years, we've remained where we are and nothing has been done. Everybody has just been interested in coming there, pick what you want to pick, make the money or make what you want to make, and we go. It shows, you see, it's a big problem. Whereby as a club, you see players want to play, up to now you still want to take player based on because this player is sentimental on the players. We don't go for the rating. We don't go for pure performance. This is a reflection of all these things we get. Now, if you say, okay, how much will we even invest in football? How do you want to go and make 100 million? When you are not running football the way it should be run. When football is not, when football is politics. So the football is not politics. These are serious teams. You're not doing football because it's no. This football is pure business, and that's where and that's the reflection you are seeing right now there.
That shows that it was we actually saw that we are reaping.
That's the thing. So it's so pathetic. I mean, I don't know how we are going to get out of this, but I hope and I see a better future for us. Not just that. If you come to even officiating, how many Nigerians
ref can make it?
How many Nigerian ref are going to officiate in this 24? How many do you think will come? How many? The women, the WAFCON we are playing, how many Nigerian female referees are there? Just one or two. In fact, just one. Not even center referee, side referee.
Assistant referee.
I mean, so all this shows that even both the whole problem of the country, the whole problem of football and everything is going down, which is not supposed to be. So it's quite sad. But again, I expect this wake-up call. I expect Eyimba to go there and make a statement. I expect from this, we should, okay, fine. Only Eyimba. Okay, fine. Eyimba goes there and win the.
Somebody prayed a prayer and said, well, even though we have only a team that could make that cut, who knows? Maybe they will just try all they can to get Nigeria.
Yes, that's the get there. But again, when you try all they can, even when you win the money, how many Nigerian players today are being paid welfare packages? But when you go to Morocco, Tunisia, South Africa, the players' welfare is paramount in their top notch in their agenda. But in Nigeria, how many players or how many teams in Nigeria can comfortably say, okay, our players' welfare are well taken care of? So it's sad, it's a sad one.
We just have to up our football business here in Nigeria because aside the fact that Eyimba has been picked as one of the 24 teams that will be fighting for the African Super League, well, we just hope things will get better. Well, from there, let's talk about transfer news where a lot of players are moving here and there. We start from Barcelona and considering left back Nicolas Tagliafico if Marcos Alonso deal from Chelsea collapse. If they cannot get Alonso, they will go for the Argentine Nicolas Tagliafico. That's Barcelona. They are considering him the left back. Well, a lot of issues here and there that has to do with Barcelona. Because of money, they are careful to go for players. Now, another one, Manchester United are ready to sell Cristiano Ronaldo after caving into his transfer demand. Ronaldo has been demanding that he wants to move because he doesn't want to play Europa Cup. The man believes he belongs to Champions League.
Yes, of course. You know from the point Man U did not make the cut to the Champions League. You should expect that a player of Ronaldo's caliber or status, of course, cannot play.
Now, looking at this particular position, now, is it to Barcelona, to Munich, to Lisbon, to London?
yes. For me right now, among all these teams, the teams right now that I think Ronaldo want to go to, it means Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich.
But they said they won't fit into their own plan.
Okay, fine, that's very important. Of course,
Chelsea seems to be maybe Chelsea.
No, with Chelsea, if he goes to Chelsea, of course, it's like a Man U legend crossing over to go to Chelsea. Of course, he's going to have issues with the fans. The pressure will be there for him to perform, and it's of course.
But it's Ronaldo. All the club he has gone to, he has always performed.
Yes, but of course, I see him heading out of England. likely. Of
To where? Lisbon, back to the way he started
I see
from?
not Lisbon, but I see him heading off. No, it's just open. Ronaldo is a great player. He's a big player. He's a star player. He's a player that wants to keep doing his best, giving all he wants in football. So playing at that top level at this age, it's the only thing that can guarantee him enough that can keep him fit. But coming down to play for Man, you go to Europa Cup, of course Ronaldo will not go there. He won't play there. And he made it clear that he's leaving. So I wish him good luck. I expect any clubs he goes to, of course, to see him score goals. He's a player that can score 20, 24 goals per season or more. And
at 37.
At 37. So, of course, and again, you know, in Europe, no matter how good you are, once you are at that age, most clubs will not want to give you more than 1 year contract. Even in Man,
that's another issue now.
Yes, in Man, he had 2 years contract. So he hardly is going to get more than 2 years contract from any club is going to go right now.
But at least let him just get the contract.
Let him get a contract. And of course, and the clubs knows that even if they are going to rely everything on Ronaldo, they know that this player will soon go out of the stage. He's going out of the stage. So he's a player that when you get, you also have to make a long-term plan for a replacement for him.
Good one there. Now, before we go, let's quickly looking at Chelsea. Chelsea preparing a £38 million bid for Sporting Lisbon midfielder Matheus Nunes. That's a player they are running after now. They want to get him, a very good midfielder, £38 million. And you know what the Portuguese can always do. Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo, you think of them. Now it is Matheus Nunes that they are running after. Chelsea there. And then Arsenal to sell 7 players, including club record signing Nicolas Pepe. Pepe really cost them about £76 million. Ben Leno to fund spending on new signings.
Yes, for me, Pepe did not really live up to the billing I expect for him from Arsenal. He didn't live up to that. He was one player that there was so much hype on him when he was coming. So we expect for him. He was a player we were looking at. Once you come, we'll see Arsenal back at the top 4 because Arsenal top 4 has always been their trophy for a long time. So going out of it is as if because for Arsenal now all they are signing is just to get to the top 4, not to win anything at all, just the top 4. So for me, I think they need to clear these players and make way for new players. Let's see if we can see Arsenal again play in the Champions League.
Well, let's see what Arsenal will be doing, getting away with 7 players there. And good one for Chelsea. News have it that they've agreed personal time with Raheem Sterling for about £55 million. We wait for that announcement. We are waiting for it to be done. Chelsea are really edging close to signing Raheem Sterling there. Well, that would be nice for Chelsea if they can get him. And it will be good for the two sides because Sterling moving away from Man City to join Chelsea in that particular stunning move. That would be fantastic. A good player. And let's see what they can offer the Blues. That will be it on 360 Sport with Charles Ohaji. Good one there. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Adeniyi.
Good one. And I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.